There was another question that we had. This was actually sent to me via Facebook, and this is in regards to doing a Hydroblade. Now, the question was, can you do anything for the Hydroblade off ice? Alright, so let's take a look. Let me switch this out real quick. Alright, so we're going to go to Ice Dancer Oleg. Alright, and I have been updating these, as you can see. So finally, you're able to see some of the newer ones on here as well. But I want to go to the first Hydroblade episode I did. I believe it was 93. Let's take a look. I did 2 of them, by the way. Did some additional information. I'll probably keep coming back to Hydroblade since they're really popular. So you'll see them every now and then. Okay, let me just check this real quick. And there's a specific exercise I did. There we go. Wow, after first try. So, you can do this off ice. Now, I'm just going to point out, as I'm doing this, do this in your skates. And if you're sitting back or you're using your arms, the arms are simply there to maintain your balance. You're not supposed to lean heavily on them. If you do, then you're not going to be able to do this effectively. So let's watch. Balance yourself out. Okay, so let's watch this one more time. Okay, so here I'm setting myself up. Now I'm maintaining the barest of contact with the ice. Now I want to point something out. Look where my upper body is in relation to my heel. I am like folded like a pretzel over here. You want to keep your upper body close to the heel because this is where you're skating through. If you're too far back this way, you're not going to be able to hold the Hydroblade. You're just going to fall back. Okay? So your leg is your counterbalance, and you can do this with with one hand or 2 hands, but you want to really bend the knee, press into the ankle. Notice how I'm pushing my knee past my toes right here. Now I'm pressing myself close to here. I'm trying to maintain my center of gravity over the heel. And this is my counterbalance, and my arms are there just to help me balance. Now, something I want to point out. Let's watch some more spread eagles as we do this. Alright, when you do these, your exercises have to be challenging but doable. If you're doing Hydroblades and it's not even close, like if you go into it and it's like, oh boy, I hope I don't die here, then it's probably not a good idea to be working on them yet. This is one of those exercises that if you really polish your basics, you're just going to go out and you're going to be able to do them after a few tries. I am not even kidding. This isn't something that you should be spending a lot of time working on because it's going to come to you relatively quickly if you have the necessary things. So what you need to have very strong core. You need to have good balance, especially on your backward inside and outside edges, depending upon the type of Hydroblade you want to do. And also you want to have good control over your speed and flow, and you shouldn't be afraid of going low. And also you have to work on doing low position exercises. And there's a couple I'm just going to point out in a minute here. But in order to be able to skate like this, if you're used to skating up here somewhere, you're not going to be able to suddenly go down here and feel comfortable. It takes time to develop this kind of comfort being low. So after we finish this, I'm going to point out some additional exercises you can do that help prepare you for eventually being able to do this. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so give me a minute. I'm just going to find these exercises here. Okay, so you can do something like, since we're looking at the backward one, here we go. Backward crossover lunges. This is a good one. Now, there are many varieties of these kind of exercises, but essentially what you're doing here is you're trying to skate and try to go lower than what you normally would do when doing back crossovers. The point is to get used to skating at low positions, at low angles. So here we go. Alright, so What you're going to do is you're going to put your back skate on the boot. You're going to be off the blade. So notice the bend. Now I'm at about a 45-degree angle here. By the way, I'm just going to tell you right away, when you start doing these kind of exercises, be very careful, because if you're not used to doing this, you're going to be really sore, and I don't want you to get hurt, okay? Just be very smart. When you do this, try to keep your upper body. Remember that axis I always talk about? Shoulder, hip, heel. There it is. All right, continue. Again, you're trying to press down low, bend, stroke and stay low. And stay low, stay low, stay low. This is going to make your legs burn if you're not used to doing it. So, like I said, be careful going into it. Each time, I'm putting the free leg on the boot. I'm getting it off the blade. So, here's how you can do it. Here's a nice close look right here. Now, right here, notice it's on the boot, maintaining my axis. And the board is just there for balance. You're not supposed to lean on it. If you're leaning heavily on the boards, then the exercise is pointless. When you come up, try not to come up too high. Like even now, I'm coming up a little high. So you want to try to stay as low as possible while doing this. And this could also be done forwards. I'm just going to point out. So here we go. I'm just going to watch this one more time. Then we're going to look at the forwards version. Notice I'm not pitching over. I'm still trying to maintain my axis. This is important when practicing this. This is going to give you the necessary control that you're going to carry over into Hydroblades. Alright, let's look at some forward stuff. Okay, so you can do the same exercise forwards if you wanted to. It's going to be right here. 29, but instead we're going to look at another exercise. We're going to see here. Where was it? Backward crossovers with a skate guard. Again, you could look at the forward ones, but just so I don't drag things out too long, we're just going to look at the more relevant backward ones. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here, I'm doing crossovers. What I'm doing here is I'm taking a skate guard, and I'm tracing the circle with the skate guard. You don't actually have to trace a circle. You can do whatever. But this is a great exercise for getting used to being lower than you normally would. Don't hike your butt up, okay? Try not to drop your chest. Some people would hike their butt up, drop their chest, and it defeats the purpose of the exercise. The point is to get you to press lower than you normally would, to get used to different levels. So you're not always skating at the same level. Okay, and then we're going to stroke and push right here. Now the other direction. Again, there we go. Now, you can lean into the circle. Just want to point that out. That's fine. You still want to maintain this axis, though. You don't want to break off of it. Now, keep in mind, the momentum is what keeps me from falling. The guard is not supporting me. I'm merely tracing it. And the guard itself, this is a two-piece guard, as your typical guard. If I was to press into it, it would bend in half, and I'd be on the ice. There. Now I just want to point something else out. Practice stretching your leg out. Try to get it out there. There. Okay. So, really try to stretch yourself out. Like I said, the guard, see how it bends right there? If I was to press any more into it, I'd be on the ice. Skate through your heels when you do this. Keep your head up. And try not to drop forwards this way. This is all going to help you doing... if you practice this, this is going to help you learn how to do your Hydroblade. But in general, even if you don't do it for Hydroblades, it's going to significantly improve your skating skills. But keep in mind, these are advanced exercises. They're not for everyone. Alright, let's switch to me for a second here. Alright, I'm going to see where we're at.